Perfect. Hello, pretty people. All the pretty people say hi to Risha. Let me know you're in the building. Hashtag to all the pretty people because you're pretty on the inside out. What that means is, hello, gorgeous. I love the hearts. Heart me up on Instagram. We celebrate, collaborate, and create great relationships, and that's what makes you pretty. And so it's Wednesday night. What do we do every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time? I am in my private group called Business Tips, Motivation, and Inspiration. And in the group, you get to ask me any business question. So I am all about sharing what I know for sure. My hope is to shorten somebody else's learning curve. So if you're in my group, a Business Tips, Motivation, and Inspiration, you can ask any business question and I will answer your question live or teach on that subject or answer you privately. So I do have one question already on the table. So we're going to talk about organization, how to get organized, how to stay organized, how to reorganize. And so, yes, hello, gorgeous. So if you're joining me for the very first time, make sure you put newbie in the chat. Say, I'm a newbie, Jerusha. That just means you're just now hearing the sound of my voice. You are a newbie to me. I love my newbies. Yes, that means you're new to me. That means the page is still growing. And this is my first time meeting you. And I'm happy to see you. I see Facebook user in the building. Hey, Facebook user. And so you would have to give StreamYard permission so I can see your name if you want me to give you a shout out and say you're in the building. Latasha in the building. Lionel in the building. Yes. Nielsen 175 in the building. Hello, TikTok in the building. Let me know that you are present. Yes, so I can say hello to you. And so do me a favor. If you do this, we're like best friends. First of all, tag 2 people, share the broadcast. I don't want to be the best kept secret, and we want others to win, right? We want them to also learn how to get organized, how to reorganize, how to stay organized. Great. I love learning about organization. Oh, okay. So you want to make sure that you also, if you watch the replay, put replay. But if you tag 2 people, yes, we want our business besties, co-workers, anybody that's building a small business. I don't care what you sell, lotions, potions, pots, pans, lashes, hair, nails. It doesn't matter. You should always be learning to excel in your businesses. Yes, yes, say Jerusha, that's me. And so, yes, I'm always learning a new tool every single day. And so I've been an entrepreneur for almost 2 decades, so I know a thing or two. I'm Jerusha, motivational speaker, radio personality, business coach, social marketer, and I help people build their businesses online and offline. So I create what I call double threats. And I basically show you how to leverage and monetize social media, not just be posting and praying, but posting and profiting. And so I want the people that are serious because in my business currently, I'm developing 100 new business partners. You know, I've trained thousands. I've developed over the years thousands of people, leaders in my organization. I've earned all the things. And I'm in a different space where I'm really focused on those people that are ready right now. You know, those people that are like, I'm going to do whatever is necessary. I'm hungry. Those are my people. So I'm looking for this perfect 100. Like, yes, I want to pour into those 100 families, 100 lives, helping 100 people earn $100,000. Like, yes, let's do it. So you're my peoples. So put 100s if you want to learn more about the 100s because it's going down. So this is the beauty of social media, that I can reach people all over the country. And so you don't have to be in the same city. I love that I have team members in California, Chicago, New York. New York love me. And so the North love me. So it doesn't matter where you are. Andrea in the building. Good to see your beautiful faces. And so I'm excited because I don't know anybody that's like super organized by themselves without assistance. You know, sometimes you got to get help. And so I don't know how many of you have a big organization or a big business and you have an assistant or you have help, but you got to use some of these tools. So we're going to talk about getting organized with some of these tools, making your life so much easier. Oh my goodness. And so because I struggle with technology, I'm always like, okay, I got to learn this tool, but I'm open to learning the tool. You see the difference? Most people just make excuses and say, oh, I don't know how to do it. Well, I didn't know how to do it either till I know how to do it. And so you just got to decide, I want to learn how to do it and stop saying what you don't know how to do and just change it. It's so easy. You could just change it today. Today is your day. So what I need you to do is you need to think about if you don't learn Chat GPT. You don't learn the AI tools. You don't learn social media. You're choosing, right? You're choosing. If you don't choose to learn, unless your job doesn't require any type of technology, right? Because there are jobs that don't require it. But if you plan on building a business long term, I suggest you learn some of it, because I don't know all of them, obviously. But I'm always looking at what's new, what's next, and how is it going to help me scale my business. And so you need to look at what type of legacy you want to leave with your business. You're not working this hard to be the same person you was last year. You're not working this hard to be the same person you were 5 years ago. You're not putting in the sweat equity. So, when you're gone, people should know that you were here. You left your mark on this earth. So the goal isn't to live forever. It's to create something that will. That's the goal. So people know your name. My name is going to be on the street side. Like, oh, that's Jerusha Avenue. That's Jerusha Drive. Like, what is actually the goal that people like, this is what that person did. She was a philanthropist. She was an author. She was a speaker. She was a business coach. How are people going to remember you? So what are you doing to make that happen? Now, if that's not your goal, don't worry about it. But the work that you are doing right now will impact others long after you're gone, if you're serious about getting organized. So legacy to me is not just leaving something for people. My goal is to make sure my boys are financially set, right? But that's not the only goal. It's leaving something in my boys. And so my work ethic, my faith, my belief, all of those types of things, you can't buy that. My love, you can't buy that. And so what are you leaving when you meet people and they leave your presence? They're like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy I was in that person's company. Like, that person made me feel good, because that's what it's all about. You guys heard that story where this older gentleman, like about 100 years old or something. And he was looking in the newspaper. So you know how long that was. He was looking in the newspaper and he found out his name was in the obituary column. And so the newspaper had reported that he died. And so he was like, well, I'm right here. But it said that he died. And underneath his name, it basically said he was a merchant of death. And he was like, I don't want to be remembered as just that. So this man was the inventor of dynamite. And when he read the words merchant of death, he asked himself, is this how I'm going to be remembered? And he got in touch with his feelings. He decided to change. He decided that this was not the way he wanted to be remembered. From that day on, he started working toward peace. He started working toward a bigger cause. He started putting in the time and organizing himself. And his name is Alfred Nobel. And he's remembered today by what? The great Nobel Peace Prize, right? Nobel Peace Prize. And so I love stories like that. I'm like, he started, you know what? These people said I didn't do anything. Let me make my mark on this earth. And so I think that's where it starts, is you deciding that you got to change. So this is a few apps. There are tons. You guys don't get caught up in the only ones that I say. These are ones that I actually used. And so I like to share what I know for sure, but you can Google anything at this point, right? But you also want to make sure, does this one better than this one? This one has 5 stars and this one has 3 stars. Like, I want somebody to tell me, okay, you used it. That might be a good one. And so that's what I'm going to do tonight. And so I am answering your question, Nichelle. She wanted to know, am I super organized? I am not. I'm organized in some things. Okay. So it just depends on what it is. And so in other areas, I'm not. So I would say I'm organized when it comes to my contacts, when it comes to starting new conversations, my leads, that type of thing. I am organized. And I do have systems in place, like apps that I use. But when it comes to other things like keeping up with my doctor's appointment, if I don't put it in my calendar, it's not going to get done. Like, if you call me and say, hey, Jerusha, can you speak at this event? If I don't put it in the calendar, it's not going to get done. So that part, I'm not as organized. You got to make sure I say, let me put this on my calendar. I have to know that it's on there. And so I do use a to-do list. I love a to-do list. So first of all, that's where it starts. I love to see what's on the list, and I don't like my list to be broken. So I'm the person, if it's not on the list and you say, hey, we have to go someplace, I'm annoyed a little bit because that's not on the list. I need to know what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it and how much time I'm going to spend doing it. Anybody else like that? Yes, yes, yes. I'm like, oh, you just messed up my day. I just don't want to do that. So we have to be organized in our daily tasks, our daily contacts, our daily communication. Lack of organization can be substantial. It's a substantial obstacle in your efforts to reach a legacy goal. And to have a big organization, to make seven figures, even six figures, you have to be somewhat organized. So improper planning and disorder can make your work seem unnecessary. It's going to be stressful. Girl, you're going to be hectic all the time. It just feels like you're overwhelmed. Anybody? It just feels like you got a lot to do all the time. Yesterday, I talked about you better delegate some of the things that don't make you happy, but they have to get done, like those tedious tasks that we don't want to do. And so who wants to get organized? Write this down. So with this technology that we have today, obviously, I love the new features that are coming out on social media. I don't know if you're a part of that you see that they're changing the way that you can market and brand. They have tools now that are available that will help you do that, which is going to cut down the time that you're actually on social media. The average person spends about 2 hours just scrolling, right? And so the first app that I will tell you about, I used when I first got on social media, is called Wunderlist. Okay. And write that down. Pretty person is going to put this in the chat for me. Wunderlist, this app can manage your day-to-day activities. And so it's like a to-do list. So if you want one that's simple, it's easy. And of course you can use Google, it's free, right? But if you need something like this, helps me. And that one I like. And the Wonder, it spells Wunder, Wunderlist. And so Google it. It got good reviews and it's easy to use. So I don't like apps that are very complicated, because then I'm like, oh, I don't know how to use this one. So that's one that I started off using. I don't use it now, but if you're starting out, you're like, I just need something, do that. Another good tool, a good app, is Evernote. Now, a lot of people use Evernote. So Evernote, write this down, put it in the chat. Pretty person got me. Which you're probably familiar with. Yes? Anybody? You're familiar with Evernote? Evernote? Okay. If not, this may solve some of your disorganization problems, because Evernote is used for everyday tasks, keeping personal records, saving your documents. So if you sell something, saving receipts, like it stores it and it's organized by dates and everything. And you can save all of your documents. I do a lot of speeches, especially now that I'm wanting to get on more stages. Yes, that needs to be organized. What type of speeches that I want to talk about. And also, if you have a business and you want to or start a business, either way, I would still say start using it now, because it can record all of your finances. It keeps track of all of your expenses. It can scan paper your bills, right? So if you have bills or invoices, I know it's online too, but some people still print out invoices. Like, it's not like, everybody is using technology. Some people print out invoices, but it can scan your paper bills and your invoices, and it saves your PDFs. So a lot of people that I am surrounded around with, they use Evernote. Is that a good one? Okay. Yeah. You familiar with Evernote? All right. So yeah, that one's pretty popular, I would say. If you feel like you are a procrastinator. Now, I don't believe in procrastination. I just think that it's not that important to you yet. Jerusha, it's not. When you put something off, it's because you don't want to do it, right? It's because you choose not to do it. And so just like Eric Thomas, E.T., he talked about, no one's really a procrastinator. You procrastinate turning in your homework. You procrastinate turning in that work project. You procrastinate in writing that chapter in your book. You procrastinate in calling certain clients back. He said, if I offered you $3 million and I told you to come to my office at 3 a.m. in the morning, you'd be there at 2:30 a.m. You're not a procrastinator. You will be on time because it's important to you. We do what's important to us, right? And so there's an app actually called Procrastr app. Procrastr app. Now the app helps you not procrastinate. That's what it does. So the app prevents procrastination. So I just saved somebody's life right there. Like, what? Everything's available for you at a punch of a button. Everything's available. Everything is available. So this is what you need every day. This app is pretty intuitive in that you can let it know why you are procrastinating. Okay. So for example, you could tell the app, you feel that the project is too big, and the app will prompt you on how to take steps to get rid of you feeling like it's a big project, and it's going to break it down in small pieces for you. And so you follow the steps, and as you follow the steps, you're completing that bigger project. So the app has some really cool features, Procrastinator app, and it has a timer on it. So it times how much time you're spending on that particular project. And so I just think I loved it. I used it at one point. I don't use it now. I don't consider myself a procrastinator. I just know that the things I don't want to do, I try to delegate to somebody else to do it. But if you have to do it, I think that will be a perfect app for you. So hopefully I answered your question about how do I try to stay organized. I use apps and tools. And you got to, at some point when your business is growing, you're going to have to hire somebody to help you get more organized. But right now, there are apps that can help you do that. And so in my organization, because I'm developing like 100 new business partners, right? And so it can get hectic because I'm meeting, so many people all day. I'm meeting all of you, talking and conversations all day, following up all day. And so I still have to be organized with who I talk to on a daily basis. And so I have systems in place for that and where we left off in that conversation. And so I have scripts available. And that's why I created my course, The 3-Day Ride, because I know some people, you obviously, you want to build a big organization, a big clientele, but you don't know what to say. So in the 3-Day Ride, I actually talk about and I give you actual scripts of what to say to stay in conversation with people to close the deal. In the 3-Day Ride, I also share with you how to find your ideal prospects, how to attract them to you, organization, how to find the people in groups, how to use TikTok and Reels to your advantage, how to show up and market and brand yourself. All of that is in my signature course, The 3-Day Ride. And so registration is open right now. So if you want to be a part of this ride, the ride of your life, all you got to do is go to my link tree, right? I'll put 3-Day Ride in the chat, 3-Day Ride, put 3-Day Ride in the chat. And then myself or my assistant will send you over the link, but it's my link tree. Wherever my profile is, click on my link tree and you will see the 3-Day Ride. It's all for you because I wish I had somebody to say, okay, Jerusha, when I first started online, because I built my business successfully offline. So I was just like you. I didn't know anything. I wish someone would have said, number one, do this. Number two, do this. That would have helped me be more organized. But because I didn't have that, I was just reaching, following certain people, doing this coaching program, doing this free program, and still was not organized. After you take the 3-Day Ride, if you don't know what to do, I give you your money back. And I've never given anybody their money back because I over deliver in the 3-Day Ride. I know it's worth $13.97, but I don't charge you that because I know what it feels like to just like, I wish somebody would just tell me what to do. I would do it. That was me. I'm like, I'm a hard worker. I have a great work ethic. I'm like, I'll do it. That's all I need to do. Oh, I got that. So if you're like me, yes, 3-Day Ride, hashtag 3-Day Ride. Yes, all you got to do is go to my link tree and register for that. But you got to be like me, willing to change with the seasons of life. We used to have answering machines. Now we have, people don't even use their voicemails anymore. Now we got cellular devices, right? We used to have like these Kodak cameras. Now we got our cell phone that takes pictures. We used to have like the road atlas for directions. Now we got MapQuest. We don't even need that paper anymore. We used to have dictionaries and encyclopedias. How many of you used to have like all the encyclopedias? We did. My parents got me all of these. I took it to college with me. I had all the books. Now we can just Google it, or we can ask AI to help us, or ChatGPT to write a letter for me. All of these things are changing. So we got to be willing to change with the seasons of life. And so I was open to these types of apps and make my life easier, first of all. But let me tell you something, write this down. Nothing changes if nothing changes. In your business, okay? Nothing changes if nothing changes. So we can't make more money. We can't help more people until we decide to change how we do business. Yes or yes? Say yes, Jerusha. So if that helped you today, I'm happy to answer your business questions. So Lachelle, thank you so much for asking me how to get better organized. Hopefully that blessed you tonight and you can use some of those apps. Obviously, you can just Google, any type of organization app and you'll get tons of them. But look at the reviews because you can kind of tell the ones that are really good and people actually use them. But those that I just suggested are ones I actually tried. And I would say Evernote is really good. And if you are a procrastinator, I would say that was a pretty good one as well. So yes, and if you know one, put it in the chat so others can see it. If you use a app that helps you stay organized, that has a great to-do list, put it in the chat so other people can use it. See, over here, when I share, you share, that's how we change the world. Knowledge is the new rich. Knowledge. And so we want you to know what it is. We want you to use the material so you do better. Yes. So did I answer that? Any other question before I go? I'm so happy you got. Yes. If that helped you tonight, hashtag helpful. If that helped you, you're the best. Oh, you're the best too. Thank you so much. I don't see a way to share. You should see a way to share. The share button isn't there. Obviously, I'm looking at a different screen because I'm streaming through StreamYard, so I can't see it. But in the chat, my link tree is in the chat. So right there, if you want to go ahead and register for the 3-day ride, if you look in the chat, if you're on Facebook, sorry, Instagram and TikTok. If you are on Facebook, right here in the chat, my link tree is there. All you have to do is click it so you can see the details for the 3-day ride. It's coming up fast and furious. So I don't want you to miss it. I don't want you to miss the 3-day ride. Yes, yes, yes. So any other business question about organization that I can help you with? I have about 7 minutes that I can help you. I remember my son. I have 2 boys, if you don't know. And I love great stories, and I try to write down their little moments. And my son, I want to say he was around 4 or 5, and he said his name is Caleb Houston, right? And so he came and he was like, "Mom, Caleb wants a cookie," which is him. And so I gave him a cookie or 2 or whatever it was. And then he went upstairs and changed his clothes, and he came back down and he said, "Houston wants cookies." And so I was like, "What?" And so I was laughing at that because look how the thought process is. We can change at any time. We can be whoever we want to be at any time. In his small mind at that time, he was like, "Well, she gave Caleb 2 cookies. I'm going to go change clothes and come back and ask for 2 more cookies for Houston," which his name is Caleb Houston. And so I said, that is too cute. Life is so simple like that. Kids think so differently. And I'm so excited that I was able to be in the moment when he did that because I have a home-based business. And so if you are not in the Mom Boss Summit, because all the moms that are super successful is a part of this Mom Boss Summit. And we are sharing with you the reason why we started our home-based businesses. I started my business because of my son. Obviously, it's changed over the years because he's a big boy now. But initially, and so if you are a mom and you want to build a business and you want to have moments like that, you want to be able to remember those moments and write them down. You want to be able to laugh at your kids and enjoy and not be stressed out because you got to go to work the next day. You want to make sure you are a part of the Mom Boss Summit. So when you click the link tree, it's a free event. We're giving it to you. It's 12 top producers, different companies, different backgrounds, anybody. It's open to the public. So if you're struggling with organization because you're a mom, you have a business, this is the place you want to be. It is next week, the 16th and 17th. So you got to register. So if you click my link tree, you'll see Mom Boss Summit. Then it's a wait list. You'll be prompted to another screen. And then you go ahead and enter your name and your email, and you'll be placed into the summit. Now, don't say you didn't know, okay? So that's why I said go ahead and tag 2 people or share the broadcast so your business bestie can be a part of the summit as well. And so I don't want to miss any of my boys' moments. Now they're big boys. I get to attend the track meet, football game, basketball game, whatever. My other son, he's a gamer, YouTuber. And so I get to see the growth of them. So I started when my son was 2. And so it's been all worth it. So if you are a mom, I feel you, girl. We got to get organized. I understand. I was where you were. And and still as a mom have to make sure I juggle things correctly. Yes, thank you so much for putting that in the chat for me. I appreciate you. So if this is helpful, hashtag helpful. Thank you so much for giving me your business questions and trusting me for a quick 20-30 minutes every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. I am here just for you. And so I will see your beautiful faces probably on a Friday. I'll see you on Friday. I'll see you on Friday with some great motivation, inspiration, and some business tips. I'm so excited. Yes, you got your ticket for the 3-day ride. Hashtag 3-day rides. Yes, I really pour into the 3-day ride. So I don't want you to miss it because I'm about to automate it. And so, yeah, you won't have me live. And so this is the time to get in. And so I spend a lot of time answering your questions. And so I just don't want people to not have resources. And hopefully you'll jump in as soon as possible. So I'll see your beautiful faces. I'm just thankful that grace and mercy follow me. I'm Jerusha, and I'll see you on the page. Bam, 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 bam. You're the best. Oh, thank you so much. You too. You want to share? Hashtag helpful. Oh, 3-day ride, 3-day ride. Great, great, great. I love you too. I appreciate you too. Enjoy. Hashtag helpful. Are you getting in the 3-day ride, Miss Fletcher? I'm